Bonsuelo, athletes. Another great day in academic paradise. Okay, what we're going to talk about for the next couple days, expressions. In other words, things that are not equations. This is very important. If you use this stuff for things that are equations, you will be wrong. So what we're talking about, notice all these problems don't have equal signs. And even if they had equal signs, it wouldn't really matter, because if it had an equal sign but not stuff on both sides, it'd still be an expression. It still would not be an equation. Remember, an equation is something that has stuff on both sides. Okay, so what are we talking about? The order in which you simplify things that are not equations. And basically the easiest way to remember this is just remember PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Now you may think that's 6 things. It's not 6 things, okay? It's only 4. You do what's inside parentheses first. You do the exponents next. Multiplication you do as you read them left to right. It's not like you divide or multiply before you divide. And addition and subtraction, you perform that as you read them left to right. You do not add before you subtract. So let's take, this probably won't take that long. Let's take a look at a couple simple examples. So the first example, 10 minus 6 divided by 2. Okay, so no parentheses, no exponents. There's division. So we're going to do the 6 divided by 2 first. So we have 10 minus 3, which is then 7. So it doesn't matter that the subtraction comes first. You divide before you subtract. Okay, number 2. We have 15 minus 8 plus 7. Now, you don't do the addition first. You do the addition subtraction just as you read it, left to right. So the first thing we're going to do is 15 minus 8, which is 7. And then we'll add 7 to that, which is 14. Okay? Next, this is the one that usually gets people, kind of confuse them a little bit. Okay? There's no parentheses. This is number 3. There's no parentheses. There is an exponent. And then there's no multiplication and division, and then there's subtraction. So there's an exponent and subtraction. Which did you do first? The exponent. So you ignore the subtraction. You're squaring 4. You're not squaring negative 4. So you square 4 and get 16, and then you put the negative on it. Now, just to show you what most people think of or think this means, which is not what it means, I'm going to just put another problem in here. If you have negative 4 squared, quantity squared, then normally you do the square first, but here you do what's in parentheses first. Since the negative's inside the parentheses, you do that first. And here you're squaring the negative 4. So that would be positive 16. Okay? So on a negative 4 squared, you're squaring only the 4, then you're making it negative. On negative 4 quantity squared, you're squaring the entirety of the negative 4. If I can just kind of draw something underneath this, and then I'll probably just erase it, but just give you an idea. What if you had this problem? 25 minus 4 squared. Okay. I don't think many people would put 25 plus 16. It's going to be 25 minus 16. Well, let's just get rid of the 25 and see what it looks like. So we have negative 4 squared is negative 16. It's the same problem, right? So a negative 4 squared is really subtracting a 4 squared. That's why it's negative 4 squared is negative 16. If you have a question on that, please ask me. Okay, next, square root of 9 plus 16. I've shown you this problem before. The thing I want to emphasize here is, can I take the square root of the 9 and the 16? Again, anytime you want to take a shortcut, you can't do it if there's a plus or a minus. So no, you can't take the square root of the 9 and the 16 individually. You have to do the plus first, which is 25, and then take the square root. Okay, on the last problem here, the thing I want to get across on this last problem is really just to be neat, okay? And you should be rewriting each step of the problem completely. What a lot of people do is something that looks like this, and don't write this down because this is total garbage. They go, okay, 8 minus 15 is negative 7, and then 1 minus 7 is negative 6. And then the, I don't know, the 2 minus a negative 6 is an 8. And they just put this jumble of numbers all over the place, which is complete, junk. So what you should be doing is, okay, what's the first thing I do here? Well, I'm going to do the innermost parentheses first. So the rest I'm just going to copy down. So it's 4 minus 7 divided by, and 8 minus 15 is negative 7. And be very careful not to draw parentheses. Plus, and here again, I'm going to do the innermost parentheses. We have 3 times 2 minus negative 6. Okay. Okay, next, what would I do? Well, in the first set of parentheses, I've got a subtraction and division. I'm going to do the division first. So we've got 4 minus, and 7 divided by negative 7 is negative 1. Now, if you want to say negative 7 divided by negative 7 is positive 1 and just write 4 plus 1, that's fine. 4 minus negative 1 is the same as 4 plus 1. Next, I'm going to again do what's in the innermost parentheses here. So 2 minus a negative 6 is 8. You know what? I just realized something. I put an extra set of parentheses in there that I shouldn't have. No, actually, I'm good. Sorry. Okay. All right, and then we have 4 minus a negative 1 is 5. 3 times 8 is 24. And then the answer is 29. Okay? Notice, each step is complete. What I don't want you to do is this. Put equals and then start writing a bunch of stuff. You know why? Because if you do that, you've just changed something that's not an equation into an equation. So do not put the equals there. Okay? It just doesn't belong. It's going to mess you up in the long run. Anyway, that's it. It's pretty simple. It's just the order of operations. There'll be another video immediately following this on a more specific topic, which is still just simplifying, and it's going to be simplifying negative exponents. So, again, if you have any questions, I welcome them. And if not, go ahead and start doing some homework. Have a great day, everybody.